We are on the June Lake Loop right now, headed up to Fern Lake. It's about 1.7-ish miles and almost 1,600 feet up. So it's November, a little chilly. Should be a good time. All right, we are headed up and over that ridge. The lake sits in that little bowl up there. And it climbs about 15 to 20% incline the whole way. Okay, we're about a third of a mile in. Climbed about 300 to 400 feet. See Silver Lake down there, June Lake Loop. And right over here is where Rush Creek comes out. And you go about 7 miles back, you hit the John Muir Trail, and you've got Thousand Island Lake. And if you head north on the John Muir Trail, you're only a couple miles from Donahue Pass. So just making our way up. Everything's still kind of icy. It got snow a couple days ago. Today's November 8th. So it's actually really cool that we're able to get up here. The lake sits at, I believe, around 87 or 8,800 feet. All right, making our way up. Trail just kind of starts shooting up through all that rock here. About 6/10 in, almost 600 feet climbed. So making our way slow but sure. Definitely not running any of this. Not on the way up at all, at least I should say. So no Steve today. The family and I are headed down to Phoenix for the weekend, and figured we'd stop and spend a night in Mammoth, get a little late season hiking in. And they are with me, but I'm trying to make today a workout day. So they're back there, but not too far. The ground's already frozen. Okay, so at about a mile in, you get to the trail junction. It's also a cool, kind of like cascading waterfall. And if you turn left, you can get to Yost Lake, which is not the only way to get there, but we're gonna turn right to go up to Fern. All right, here we are. We're going that way, but let's go check out this, see how good the creek's going. I can hear it. So I stopped at the 1 mile mark to wait for Chloe and Melissa. They're checking out the waterfall in the creek right now, so as soon as they're done, we'll finish the last, it's about 0.6 of a mile to the top, and like another 600 or 700 feet, something like that. So really cool hike, really steep, but views are incredible. So slow but sure. Here's June Lake out there. And it looks like we've officially hit our first patch of snow. All right, 1.16 in, 1,100 feet of vertical. We're 8,400 feet. 400 to 500 more feet to go. Looks like we'll level off a little bit here. So I know they say 3 degrees of temperature drop for every 1,000 feet, but definitely feels like it's dipped a little quicker than that. We have reached the Ansel Adams Wilderness. So if you had a backcountry permit, you could camp beyond this point. Unless it's a restricted zone. I'm actually not sure if Yost or Fern Lake area are restricted. Almost there. About 1.5 miles in. A little over, we're about 50 minutes in. I've only seen one other person, which is pretty awesome. All right, we made it. 1.8 miles, 1,555 feet, in exactly an hour. Look at this. Fall in the Sierras beats any other season, in my opinion. And another person up here. All right, headed back out. Okay, just got to where it really starts dropping down. The view is awesome. We've been in the shade this whole time, but you can't beat that. Coming down's obviously much faster, but still a lot of this is not the easiest to move quick down. So back in May we tried to do this and we got stuck huddled behind this rock. They were calling for light rain and it ended up just dumping snow on us for about 15-20 minutes, and we decided it was best to just turn back, try it another day. So if you've never hiked in the Eastern Sierra, the views are unbeatable, but you do need to deal with usually significant climbing to get up out of the valley where the trailhead is. So a lot of them are down as low as like 4,500 feet, some as high as like 8 or 9, but most of them you've got to climb up and over the crest, which can be 10, 11, 12,000 feet depending on the pass. So usually have to put up with a pretty big climb getting out of the valley, but once you're there, that's awesome. So if you've never been out in this area, you should definitely check it out. Got about a half mile until we're back at the car. Making our way down here. Some areas you can get a little speed, but definitely watching my footing today. Made it back to the car, ended up being about 3.7 miles. Made it back before dark, which is good. We're gonna go ahead and head into Mammoth, get checked into our room, hopefully go hang out in the hot tub for a little bit. So anyways, thanks for watching. Decided to head back up to meet the girls. Get a little more vert, at least round it off to 4 miles. This is the real ending.